So once you know how to do combos and you know how to perform combos well in these Dragon Ball Z type titles, in Budokai 3 the most important thing after doing combos is learning how to use those combos to inflict more damage. Now the first factor whenever it comes to learning about damage, at least in Budokai 3, is the higher your energy, your key line, your energy past your baseline, past the standard where your character starts, the more your attack is going to increase. So it increases at about 2% per each line that it goes past your initial baseline where the character starts. Now any line underneath your baseline, your defense goes down by 2%, so that actually makes it kind of like bad for keeping your energy low. But if you keep it over your baseline the whole time, which while doing combos your energy rises and increases, then that is actually a good thing. At the same time, we can see characters like Goku that got a bunch of transformations. The transformations increases his baseline, that way his baseline remains at a higher point, keeping his attack a little bit higher, and at the same time it gives him like a huge power boost. If we get to like Super Saiyan 4 for example, his power boost goes up to 140%. Also when your energy reaches its max, it goes from 2% to 4%. So if you're Super Saiyan 4 and you're 140%, if you reach your max energy output, it goes to 144%. Now for characters like Omega Shenron, that's actually kind of like a bad thing, because Omega Shenron starts at max energy already. So anything below max energy is going to decrease his defense. So for characters like Omega, fighting a character like Super Saiyan 4 Goku with max energy and then Omega being low energy, that's kind of like a bad situation. Characters like Broly, for example, whenever we look at characters like Broly, when he goes into the Super Saiyan legendary Super Saiyan form, his damage output goes up by 120%. So that's actually a massive boost. The next area of damage control I want to cover is an area that's actually kind of unseen to the eye. You actually gotta mess around with the game a little bit and notice these things. The first example is charge attacks. Whenever you do like a regular attack that can be charged compared to like a regular attack, if you do like a regular attack, normally it does like a certain amount of damage. Now if you do the same attack and you charge it up all the way and you hold down that button all the way, charge attacks always do 50% more damage. I'm pretty sure that it works the same for like games like Infinite World if you do their heavy smash attack. Now there is one trick, one little thing that a lot of people don't know about these games, is that whenever you do damage from the back, physical hit damage, as you guys see right now, I'm showing you guys how to do it with Deborah. I mean, doing it using Bardock versus Deborah. When you do damage from the back, it does about 25% more damage than it does from the front. When the opponent is hit from the back, they can take 25% more damage from any physical hits as if they would from the front. So if you do 100 damage from the front, then you will do 125 damage from the back. Now that is actually, most of the time it comes down to that standard. Sometimes it changes slightly, but it's usually about 25% because the attacks will always do the same amount of damage. Now, this is a part that's actually very important when it comes to damage. Some characters like Bardock, Goku for example with Dragon Fist, like Gohan for example with his SDS, some characters got physical hit like death moves or supers. For example, Bardock's Heat Phalanx, it's actually a physical hit, and when you do it from the back, it does an extra 25% more damage. So if we do an attack like this from the front, it does about 400 and something. We do it from the back, it does about 500 and something. Take for example Broly with his gigantic press. If you do it from the back, it does 900 damage in his legendary Super Saiyan form. Do it from the front, it only does a 720 damage. So that's a huge 180 point damage increase. And if we know this well, then we know that 1000 damage equals one full bar of energy, bar of health. So you know that's actually like a huge increase right there. You know, you should be able to use this to your advantage, especially when doing these battles. If you see that your max energy is already pretty much at its peak, then you only have one choice. You should always attack from the back when doing these kind of things. That way you always maximize the amount of damage you will do to your opponent. If your energy is low, then you usually attack from the front or whatever, you know, to increase your energy further. But if you attack from the back and your energy is already maxed out, then you should always keep attacking from the back to get that extra 25% damage. Imagine 2000, 2500, big difference. Now this was the area I was most excited about talking whenever I wanted to do this video, and this area is about doing infinites, because there is this rumor, there is this assumption that in these Dragon Ball Z Budokai titles, the moment you start catching a person in a juggle combo and like an infinite, then they're pretty much all dead. Now look at the hit count real quick, and we see the cell is around the 20th already, and we see that the damage is around 1100 damage. Now the moment all damage gets past 34 hits, you will notice that every single hit only does 1 point of damage. This means that past 34 hits, any physical hits that you do with your character will only do 1 point of damage. So therefore, it's almost impossible to kill a person just doing a combo. That's pretty much like an infinite combo. Now, there is one downside to this though. Characters like Goku or Bardock, for example, that have physical hit super attacks or physical hit death moves like these, they get past that damage scaling factor. So physical hits like Dragon Fist, for example, damage scaling does not apply to them. Let's look here, for example. In this example, we can see Goku going KKKK cancel. We see that the damage goes down to like pretty much like 1,000, and then it starts going down from there. Then the moment he starts doing the Dragon Fist, the damage just keeps going up and just keeps going up. Dragon Fist is not affected by the damage scaling. So doing infinites like Dragon Fist, Hit Phalanx, or Gohan's SDS they're not affected by damage scaling. So it's the only way to guarantee that you're going to do a lot of damage. So whenever it comes to combos, regular infinites like the KKK cancel will not do a lot of damage, but if you do like a Dragon Fist infinite, they will do a lot of damage, and those are the ones that can kill you if you do not watch out for them. So it is just a myth that any infinite can kill you. So even a Super Saiyan 4, we can see that without doing a Super Dragon Fist infinite, then you see that the full combo only does about 2,000 damage, which is equal about pretty much 2 health bars. So a full combo can never kill you unless it's like a Dragon Fist or Hit Phalanx or any of the pretty much physical hit supers like this one for Gohan's Soaring Dragon Strike, aka known as SDS, 3,280 damage for 40 hits. If we do it from the back and take into account the extra 25% damage boost with physical hits, the damage skyrockets quite high in a very short amount of time. So you gotta watch out for these a lot. So anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed that short video explaining some of the tricks and stuff about damage, and hopefully that kind of debunks the myth that infinites automatically grant you a win. It does not work this way for Dragon Ball Z games, as you guys seen right there. Physical hits from the back do an extra 25% more damage. You can see how characters like Omega Shenron with high baselines of energy, it's actually like a downside, because if they battle with anything below their max, then their defense is going to go down, so therefore they're going to take more damage. But now at the same time, we see infinites like SDS or Super Dragon Fist or pretty much like Bardock's Hit Phalanx. We see those infinites that could probably do a whole lot of damage. Now those infinites cost about 2 bars of energy to perform each, so you can only do about 3, 4 maybe max before the opponent has a chance to like teleport, or before they have to change it up to be able to recover the energy, do like a separate, regular normal hit combo that will pretty much do only 1 hit per damage. So 1 hit per damage past 34 hits, where it pretty much ends up around 1,000, 1,100 damage with as we saw with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and even him finishing it off with like, I don't know, like the 10 times Kamehameha. I was gonna say 4 times, 10 times Kamehameha. We see that the full combo only did about 2,000 damage. So the myth that infinites somehow, even combined with the extra 25% from the back, will kill you is just a myth, unless you allow it to happen in the case with Super Dragon Fist or SDS, etc, etc, etc. Those ones you gotta watch out for. Those ones are the ones you gotta save your energy, your key energy to teleport from. So anyways, that's all I really wanted to say for this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if this was helpful, and let me know if you learned any new tricks to improving your damage output. Combos is not everything. You gotta know how to do damage, and the best way to do that is to stay from the back. Hit the opponent from the back. Although that sounds kind of odd, but you gotta hit them from their backside. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.